Morning. Hi there. So in this video we're going to take a look at some docks, boats on them, and use that to think about Java's list collections, arrays and array lists. So let's walk down there. So it's a quiet morning except for the airplane. I'm down here at this neighborhood pool club that goes with our neighborhood. And I'm going to talk about lists, because so there's this little bulletin board at the head of the gangway down to the docks, and as you can see, it has a bunch of lists on it. There's a list of people waiting to get spots. There's a list of the kayaks. That's what we're looking at, the kayak racks now, and here's a list of the people who have boats at these docks that we're looking at. You can see there's some holes in the list. Sometimes arrays aren't completely full. These docks at this point aren't completely full either. Just curious, so why do we have a waiting list? Oh well, that's another issue. Anyway, let's go down on the docks and take a look and see what we see. So think of this dock that I'm walking on as an array, right? And there are, this is a fixed number of boats that can be stored at this dock, and this is array spot S. I use letters for some reason. These excuse me, these scissors-like things are called bascums. Nice vocabulary word. There's spot R. These are currently unoccupied, right? And then we've got some occupied array positions here. A couple of lost whalers, a couple of unoccupied spots on down the dock, right? And so my point here is that whenever we have collections of things, no matter what the collections are, boats in this case, right, we tend to arrange those collections in some sort of list. And what we've got here is a list of, if this array is the dock, we've got a list of boat objects. And I'm a sailboat fan, so this is a nice boat object as far as I'm concerned. So there's that. A bunch of nice boat objects here. So, bet you never thought of a dock as an array before, but maybe it'll help you see how important lists are in almost everything we do in life. So more array type structures. In this case we're looking at the kayak racks, right? And those are kayak objects are stored because they're lighter. They can be stored vertically. You can lift them up and put them in place. That's still the concept of a collection of objects arranged in an orderly fashion. Here we've got yet another collection of boat objects, right? Specialized collections. So these little boats don't need, these dinghies, which are used to get out to the moored boats, don't need any special hardware like bascums or finger piers, which I'll show you in just a second, to manage them. Just tied up right to the dock. So just the way there are lots of different type of ways of handling lists in Java, lots of different arrangements of collections of boats depending upon the type of boat object here on the docks. And finally, the bigger power boats. These are boats that are probably 22 feet long. They have their own sort of special type of hardware for managing them, which are these little finger piers. And between each pair of boats, There's a little finger pier that goes out, which make it very easy to get on and off these boats. So again, a little bit, depending upon the type of object that you're storing, you may have variations in the hardware needed. Here in the analog world of boats on docks. So, oh yes, finally those two jet ski docks. As you might have guessed by my saying I'm a fan of sailboats, I'm not a big fan of jet skis. So, good mental image. Think of arrays as being like docks, or array lists as being like docks. But I guess arrays are, it's the clearer analog because you have a fixed number of positions. An array list would be a dock that could just keep expanding and contracting as the number of boats increased or decreased. That might be a good thing for our club because we have a long waiting list for people who want to put their boats in either at the dock or out in these moorings. Okay, that's it for now. Special added bonus here on this video. I've got a little linked list collection leaving the harbor here. And these are kids learning how to sail, being towed out of the harbor out to Long Island Sound where they all hope there'll be a little bit more wind. But linked list is not a data structure that's covered in AP Computer Science, but it's a data structure in which each element of the collection points to the next element of the collection. So in this case, each little sailboat has a link, a little rope or something, to the next element in the collection. And if you wanted to move the last sailboat up to the first position, you just have to break that link from the second to the last, then move that sailboat up to the first position, and break the link to the first boat, move it to that white boat that you moved up to the front, and then from that white boat, relink to that red boat. And I just explained to you how to move a node in a linked list. So, my goodness, you can learn all kinds of things down here at the waterfront.